Okay, good morning. Our topic today is 5.6, slope-intercept, form, day 2. Your homework tonight, it's on a worksheet. You can graph on the worksheet. You can show your work on the worksheet. It's very simple. I do want to go over a couple parts to the lesson first that we didn't cover yesterday. One slope, 1 point on the line is given. 1 point, 1 slope, 1 point on the line is given to us. Yesterday we graphed the lines by looking simply at the equation without using a table. We had to identify the slope and the y-intercepts were across the y-axis. Okay. But this part right here we didn't really talk about yesterday, just the time. If you're only given a slope and it says 3, 4 is on the line, meaning that point is on the line when you graph it out. The question wants you to find the equation. Just simply by looking at the equation, the point and the slope, by solving it out, without even graphing it. Now, which equation or formula did we use? Are we using? Right. Y equals mx plus b. Slope, intercept. Slope, intercept. Slope, intercept. Slope, intercept. Okay? This is a point on the line. This is not your intercept. This is not crossing 0, 0, 0, y. So this right here is x, comma, y. We have to substitute it in here. Y equals 2 parentheses 3 plus b boy. No. You put 4 in where y goes for now. We want to get b boy by itself. We want to get the y-intercept here. So when you graph this out, 4 equals 6 plus b boy. And then you solve it out one more time. Subtract 6 on either side. You have negative 2 equals b boy. Now, this tells you that, what does this b tell you?
Y-intercept.
Y-intercept, which really is 0, negative 2, right? So let's think. Do we have enough information to write our line?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Y equals mx plus b. All we need to know is the slope and the point of y-intercept. Okay, well, what is it? Y equals negative 2x minus 2. Here and here. This is my equation. Without graphing, all algebraically. Now, you can easily graph it and just count the slope down, up and down, easy. But if you have, like, let's say if you have decimals or you have fractions or whatever, it won't be as easy. Yes.
Why is m negative 2? Yeah, sure. It's supposed to be because you had 2 at the top. Yeah, you had 2 for it.
Oh, I don't know. Okay, I see. I'm sorry. I don't know why I did that. Oh, I see what it did. My bad. That should be like that. Thank you. I'm sorry, YouTube. She's right. Jordan, you get a gold star today. I actually do have gold stars, too. Okay.
All my graphs, right?
We'll see. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Do this on your own. M equals 8. This point is 3, negative 1 is on the line. M, the slope is 8, and the point 3, negative 1 is on the line. What? can walk around here. Pick up any last call for UPS checks. Okay. First things first, we have x and y. Okay. This is not the y-intercept. This is just where the line crosses through. Y equals mx plus b. Bless you. Daniela, or what am I doing first? Okay. Okay. Plus. Questions on what she just did? Simplify it. B is y-intercept. One more step. Subtract 24 on both sides. Even it out. Now, this just tells you the y-intercept. So we should have enough information to create a line. B and M should give you y equals mx plus b. Y equals slope minus 25. No, just minus 25, not plus minus 25. Yes?
So 3 negative 1 is already in the graph.
3 negative 1 is already on the line. It's just somewhere on the line, right? But this negative 25 is where it actually crosses. So where it actually crosses the y-axis. The slope tells you it's positive. It goes over it like this. So something like that. So eventually 3 negative 1 is where the line will cross. Eventually, yes.
So this is the MX from the slope and
Right.
the top.
Exactly.
So do you only have 2 points for the graph?
You should have more than 2, but yes, 2 is enough. 2 is enough to get there. So now go to your graphing paper, and let's graph for the rest of the period. Let's graph for the rest of the period. On your assignment where it says assignment, put 5.6 notes, please. You ready to get your graphing on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You ready, Emily? Okay. Let's start with an easy one, and then we'll get to the harder, tricky ones. 3x minus y equals 1. 3x minus y equals 1. If you're pretty comfortable, go right on ahead. 3x minus y equals positive 1. Think 3 steps ahead. What will happen? Not 1.
Yeah.
Negative 1. You're divided by negative 1. Okay. Never leave your y in a negative form. Subtract 3x. Bring down the negative y. Bring down the negative 3. Bring down the 1. Questions so far? Divide by negative 1. Y equals positive 3x plus, no, not plus, minus 1. Questions on how I got negative 1?
No.
Questions on how I got 3? Let's identify the slopes. The slope here in this case, positive 3 over. And my first point I graph 0, negative 1. Questions on how I got the first point to graph?
No.
First point graphed always on the y-axis, 0, negative 1, 0, negative 1. The slope is positive 3, up 1, up 2, up 3, to the right 1, 1, 2, 3, to the right 1. Graph this out, line going down, arrows in the end, positive slope, correct. Very steep slope. Imagine a puddle of water, splashing in a puddle of water on the ground versus jumping into the pool. The pool has a steeper slope because the pool is deeper, right? Versus jumping in a puddle of water on the ground, very shallow. Questions? Yes? No questions? Too easy. Let's make this hard. Let's make this a little more challenging. What happens if I do this? Better not be. Okay, so find the slope first. Don't graph it yet. Practice finding the slope. First period this morning, there were a couple of students that had the sign wrong. x2 minus x1 divided by y2, no, sorry, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, refer to your form chart. Probably. Graph it. After you find the slope, graph it. And put 4 points on there. And graph the line. Go graph it.
Are these 2 points going to be on the graph?
Yes. The slope tells you how to. Yeah, that's the official slope. So graph those 2 points and graph 2 more points using the slope.
For each one.
Yes, sir. Okay. So first things first. If you feel pretty comfortable, move on ahead. x1, y1, x2, y2. Slope equals y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. Negative 2 minus 2 over 1 minus 0. Questions on how I got those numbers? Negative 2 minus 2? Negative 4 over 1. Don't reduce it because it's already reduced for you. Slope is negative 4 over 1. So then I know I have to graph 0, positive 2 here, 1, negative 2. So I graph those points on here. The slope confirms it. Down 1, down 2, down 3, down 4 over 1. Down 1, down 2, down 3, 4 over 1. Down 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. It's a very steep slope. It's very steep. Now, my challenge to you is, what is the equation? Well, think about it. If I have y equals mx plus b, correct? Do I know my slope? Yeah, I know my slope. Do I know my b? Where does it cross? The y-axis. 0, 2, right? I have enough information to create my line. Y equals negative 4x plus 2. Probably the hardest thing for students to do, because some students don't see that all you have to do is pick out the y-intercept and pick out the slope and put it together. Okay? Very simple.
So if we got a problem like this, we graph these 2 points and no problems.
Or if you want, if you want to just kind of cut that middle part, just graph the 2 points and find the slope. And then, yeah, that works too.
So we're going to each time.
Just for practicing, yes. Try this on your own. I'm going to walk in this side of the room now. Negative 1, 4, 2, negative 2. Be careful about the signs here because, again, first period where some students, they did the slope too fast and messed it up. Which one? Because when you graph it, it's 0. That's on the y-axis, right? Does that make sense? Right here, right. So the first point, the point that's on the y-axis is the point that's the b, always. Be careful about the negative signs. Suspicious. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Okay. x1, y1, x2, y2. So then you have slope is negative 2 minus 4 over 2 minus negative 1. Questions on the slope? Negative 6 over 3. Reduce it, please. Negative 2 over 1. That's your slope. Okay. So then I have to graph my points. Negative 1, positive 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. Positive 2, negative 2. So it goes down there. negative slope. Let's confirm the slope here. Down 2 to the right 1, down 2 to the right 1, down 2 to, yep, that's it. Do I have enough information to draw a line, write an equation?
No.
Positive what? What is positive 1?
No. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I'm confused in this situation.
Alright, do you understand how I got these points? This is given to you, so I graphed it over here, correct? I graphed it over here, right? And then the slope confirms it. Down 2 to the right 1, down 2 to the right 1, down 2 to the right 1. Okay? This is why we do our homework every night. So it crosses the y-axis at 0, 2. So then I have slope is negative 2x plus 2. Slope, intercept form. Questions? 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 Every time. Now, sometimes let's say the y-intercept doesn't cross exactly on like a number, a whole number. That's a whole different story. That's like a whole other thing to deal with later. We'll deal with it later. Okay? Questions on the front page? Shall we do some more? Okay. I just happen to have a whole bunch. Huh? The first one? Yeah. How about this one? 5x minus 3y equals negative 3. Hey,
Is there like, can you say fractions? I mean, like, can you do one of those?
Yeah. This one has a fraction in it. We'll make this the last one. The bell's gonna ring. Solve for y equals. Negative by negative is what, son? Positive. That's why we practice. Yes. Yes. Negative divided by negative is positive, so make sure it's positive. So I'm going to solve this right here quickly. Subtract 5x on both sides. Bring down the 3y. Bring down the negative 5x. Bring down the negative 3. And then I divide by negative 3. Be careful. Right here becomes a positive 5/3 x. This also, be careful right here. Positive 1. Positive 1. Questions on the slope? The slope is 5/3. The first one I graphed, 0, 1. 0, 1. Up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. So then you graph it. Positive slope, positive line. Boom. Done. Any questions? No? Are you sure? I would. Just put POS. Or NEG. So that you have a mental reminder.
So we have to do that?
Please, if you don't mind. Just for the first lessons. Alright, let's go over to the homework. Looks confusing. It's not. Let's do a couple of these together before the bell rings. Yes. Here we go. Let's do some together. Now, the first part is write an equation. Remember, y equals mx plus b. What's my equation here? Number 1. Perfect. See what you're supposed to do? Simple, right? Look at number 4. Write an equation. What's my slope? No. Up 1, up 2, over 1. 2 over 1, right? What's my b? First one I graph. No. That's negative 2. So then I have y equals 2x minus 2. Boom.
Doesn't matter which one you choose for.
Find the slope. Number 5. What's the slope here? Number 5? It's a negative slope. Down 1, 2, 3. So down 3 and to the right. 1, 2, 3. But it actually is reduced down to -1. And the first point I graph, 3. So my equation is y equals, no, -1x plus 3. Hold on, I'm not done yet, because I don't have questions. So, yes, you can write in it, you can graph in it. On the back page, the top part, you're just writing the equation. That should be pretty simple. On number 9 through 11, you're writing the equation again. Number 12, you're graphing these. So graph this really fast for me. Y equals x plus 4. First point I graph, 0, 4. My slope is 1 over 1. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 over 1, 1 over 1. So then I graph this, and I should get a beautiful positive line. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
So it looks like a lot, but it won't take a lot. It's just I want you to know how to write the line in an equation. When we come back on Monday, we will start with 5-7, 5-8, and 5-9. We're done for the week. Anything else? Okay. That's all I got. You know. Say goodbye.
Bye.